Welcome, y'all. This is the official FSU NABJ Podcast, where we will be bringing some Black issues as Black journalists to the forefront and just talking about our perspectives as, media professionals, journalists, as we kind of go through our college journey here at FSU Fayetteville State. You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't know and have been following our YouTube, we did have a podcast kind of going, but Wesley McIntyre, who was a member, is no longer with us. He's not dead, but he is just no longer a student. And we didn't want to push his content without him being there and, being a part of the process. So that wouldn't be fair to him. So we back at it with something a little bit more original and a little bit more unified for our NABJ organization. If y'all don't know who I am DorMiya Vance, your president for the FSU chapter of NABJ. You know what I'm saying? I had to do a little something for the one time before I get up out of here. But I'm going to let my wonderful NABJ member go ahead and introduce herself real quick.
I am Jamilyn. I'm a sophomore here at Fayetteville State, and my major is communications.
Ooh,
we love a communications
We
major.
love a comm major.
Okay.
If you're not a comm major, I don't know what to say. You know
Your
what
life,
I'm saying?
it's got to be difficult.
Because being a comm major is the best thing that happened to me. But
okay.
Anyway, let's go ahead and kind of introduce what is NABJ. If y'all don't know what that is, of course, it's the National Association of Black Journalists, where we, like I said, bring issues to the forefront as journalists, as a community, and we also kind of highlight different things like being a nonprofit organization that provides innovative quality programs and services to its members, as well as being a worldwide community of Black journalists and media professionals. And we are committed to strengthening ties among Black journalists, student journalists, journalism educators, and media professionals. It's a lot of words, but y'all know what I'm saying, I got my handy dandy PowerPoint ready, you know what I'm saying, just so we can give you the proper information like we do as professionals.
Right.
But the reason why we're kind of here introducing this org is because we wanted to revamp it, kind of bring it back, because a lot of people didn't know what it was and it fell off during, pandemic and everything like that. So I was like, we have to bring this back, especially being that we have people that are willing to learn more about being a media professional and more about the world of journalism, entertainment. So that's kind of what we're here doing, bringing issues to the forefront. We had our first event about 2-3 weeks ago, kind of having a roundtable discussion, talking about big issues that are facing Black women in sports media.
Right.
We talked about historical figures, and of course, Brittany Griner, who has been detained in Russia until May 19th. So we brought some of our, intellect, discourse, whatever you want to call it, to the forefront. Some of our great students, including Jamilyn over here. You know what I'm saying? But how was that experience for you, being a part of that roundtable?
It was really, I really enjoyed it. I think it was a great conversation, and it was just interesting getting everybody's, thoughts about each situation. I mean, not everybody was a comm major, am I correct?
Yeah, no, not everybody was. It was some social work majors, some business majors in there.
So, yeah, it was just interesting to get everybody's mindset about, especially Brittany Griner, because, I think we all felt the same as, she should be released, and there should be way more happening regarding the story, because I didn't know about it for a while. When I found out, I was like, oh, snap, I think I've seen her before, and it was just great, and the fact that she's there after all this stuff going on with Ukraine, it's just a really dangerous situation, and I don't think it wasn't, covered enough in the media. And, being a Black woman trying to go into sports media, I think the conversation helped me a lot, share my thoughts and get some thoughts on how I should move as far as, when I get to that point in my career where I'm working for a major sports company or anything like that. So
for sure. And that's kind of the idea surrounding NABJ, bringing certain things to the forefront, so when we do push them to media outlets, like for instance The Voice here on campus, our newspaper, they are aware of what's going on, and being a part of those conversations, the article or whatever media is being put out around these issues is pushed even further, because now we have a platform or base that knows about it. So that's more people bringing awareness to this issue. And being that we're HBCU, the more Black people that are facing or, combating Black issues, the better, because we are aware of what's going on. We know how to fix the problem, and we're willing to fix the problem, if that makes sense. So that's really kind of the gist of everything that we kind of do with NABJ. If you're interested in becoming a member, all you have to do is reach out to Professor Hawkins in the comm department. She will get you the information you need. Be sure to come on over here to Telecom again to talk to Professor Hawkins to learn more. This is a national.
Should I share her email?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay.
But yeah, she's a comm professor. If some people have, met her, she's a very genuine lady, very talented in what she does. Go ahead and share her email.
Her email is dmhawkins@uncfsu.edu.
I hope y'all got that. Get a pen and paper and write it down.
Yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. dmhawkins, HAWKINS@uncfsu.edu.
Yeah, Professor Hawkins has been an advisor for the FSU NABJ for a minute. I'm not sure how long, but when I came into kind of knowing about it, I knew she was affiliated with it, but I'm not sure how long her affiliation has been, with this org. But again, like I was saying, this is a national org, so you can get many opportunities from being a part of this. Me, myself, I was afforded the opportunity to go to a national NABJ U Day, which is basically like a day where you can meet like recruiters for media platforms and get interviewed, potentially get a job. And they recruit directly from HBCUs, and that's the best part about it, because the people that was there was mostly, like, as far as students, were mostly black, interviewing for these big well-known platforms like Warner Media, CBS,
Wow.
You know what I'm saying, stuff like that, CNN, Fox News. And so those are the types of opportunities people are kind of missing when you don't take advantage of joining these organizations. You can get, spot on jobs or spot on interviews for media companies and all these different things. Even just get your resume looked at. And that's another thing with NABJ. We can help you with your resumes, y'all. You know what I'm saying? One of the requirements, send in your resume to Professor Hawkins to, officially become a member,
right.
So we can help with a lot of things. And so with your experience so far, Jamilyn, like, what are you learning from NABJ?
I think the main thing right now, I'm just really, watching you. I think the main thing is to get the real information out there and to not sugarcoat it, and to be very straightforward about what you're saying, and to have a genuine love for people enough to share the information. So other than that, I think the biggest thing for me as to why I joined was because I think I'm trying to make my journey here as easy as possible. And I think this organization allows me to have a lot of hands-on experience, which is very important, because I feel like doing that, I can get my resume looked at, like you said, get a job when I get out of here. I mean, I have 2 more years left. I mean, there's not a lot of time in college years.
Yeah.
Because it goes by very, very fast.
Super fast.
Because it feels like I just got here.
Yeah.
So to think I'm already going to be a junior is crazy. So I'm trying to accelerate things. I'm trying to, prepare myself for the world out there. So I think doing this has really helped me do that so far.
And I'm glad we can do that for you. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the idea. And I really want people that are hoping to get involved or are already a part to understand that we are here to kind of help what we're, your journey, your skills, and everything like that. So I kind of want to dive into some of the things that we focus on, which is in the field training. In the field training, meaning, like Jamilyn said, that hands-on,
right.
kind of experience for this type of org. We work with community outreach. FSU's chapter of NABJ focuses on community and how to help increase media awareness. So of course we'll reach out to maybe different speakers in the community to come back to FSU, or just reach out to us and work with us on a particular project. Maybe it could be like a fundraiser or homeless giveaway, something like that, to where we're out, working in the community, increasing that community outreach. We also have roundtable discussions and conferences where we have prominent guest speakers and student media leaders that will engage students and essentially train FSU NABJ members. So having these discussions brings, again, media awareness to Black issues, because this is a Black, real organization. We real Black over here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the idea. We just want to make sure that, our opinions are being heard.
Yeah.
And that's the idea, I think, with, Black media. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. And, of course, the things that we're saying aren't just, crazy,
of course,
out the window things. It's real issues.
Start out.
For sure. And it's always planned. We always got a plan.
Okay.
You see the PowerPoint?
See her?
Yeah, we always got a plan.
Right.
For sure. But one of the last things that we kind of do is real-world application projects. FSU NABJ members will directly apply training to projects assigned to the chapter. So whether that's like a video project of, interviewing different people or officials, or, you know, coming together for a media day or something like that. It really doesn't matter whatever the project is. We just want to make sure our members are equipped with everything they need to know. Again, if y'all want to know how to join, it's real simple. Get in touch with Professor Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got to have a certain GPA. As long as you have a 2.5 or higher, you are eligible to be a part of this organization. And, of course, it is a national organization, so we do have a fee involved. But you do get membership to the national organization itself, and, of course, perks, which are conventions, events, and everything like that. So moving forward, let's kind of talk about the future. What are you hoping to gain from this, Jamilyn? Other than, like, you know, that hands-on experience. Like, when you graduate, when you look back, oh, I'm so glad I went through NABJ to kind of learn these things. What are those things?
I think, what did I say? Well, besides the hands-on experience, I think definitely seeing people in the field that look like me is very inspiring, because I had no idea who you were.
I didn't know who you were. I knew we had class together, but I didn't know, like, who you were.
Right. And I mean, I never thought we would have, you know, crossed paths and stuff. But I'm glad it worked out, because I think I admire your work, and I think you're a very humble person, and it's cool seeing you come up and hustle and grind every day to get where you want to be. And I think that's really inspiring. You know, I don't see many people like me that are on, like, sports media or anything. But I think that's it. I think just having people that are like me, making friends, making connections, you know, possibly do work together someday. I mean, it's a really humbling experience to just meet people that want to do what I do and not make me feel any type of way about it, because we're all in the same boat, you know, trying to make it. So I think that's
for sure. I definitely can understand that, because representation is very important, especially nowadays, being that we have, like, you know, more people of color, you know, taking on leadership roles, taking on big, you know, projects or companies, and that's very important. So I know you're involved with sports media. Talk about your experience with that, you know, as a Black woman, kind of being a part of something that's kind of male dominated. Kind of talk about that.
Well, the main thing I've done is work with the FSU Sports Network, and I'm very glad I did that. Shout out to Mr. Ferguson. Right. Love him. And I think he really embraced me from day one. I went to his office, and I was like, hey, I think I can help. I could do social media management. He was like, okay. So he just threw me in. I didn't really get any real training. So he just threw me out there, and I did what I was supposed to do, and it turned out good. So I've been doing volleyball season, basketball, football, social media on the Instagram, Twitter, whatever, what have you. So I mean, it wasn't hard per se, because I feel like since I'm at HBCU, so there's other people that were doing it with me. But other than that, it was a lot more guys than there were girls. So the guys would work the cameras, like all the heavy equipment and stuff. Yeah. I would do the social media, but it was never like anything, you know. That's what he wanted me to do. But I'm glad I did that, and hopefully I can keep doing it, so maybe I can come back here and do that. So I think I think it's a good outlet.
Good. Yeah. I remember when I used to work with Ferg, but being that, you know, my calling was just a little different. Right. Know? So I had to come on over to the paper and work with them, you know what I'm saying? But working with Ferg was definitely a learning experience for sure. And some of my basic skills that I use for, like, Bronco TV, I learned with Ferg. So I'm definitely grateful for that. Just to kind of, you know, caveat, we're going to talk about some open positions we have with NABJ. So we currently have 4 open positions, which are Vice President, Secretary, Treasurer, and Parliamentarian. Again, I already told y'all the requirements. It's too easy. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy. Come on over here, learn about journalism, learn about the media world, and apply those skills, especially my comm majors that need, you know, to get involved early. I want to stress that. Getting involved early, you know what I'm saying? Jamilyn is on the right track right now. Getting involved early. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, and I really want to stress that, because I feel like if I didn't have that pandemic year, things would be more, you know, further along. But being that we had a year off, I'm kind of playing catch up a little bit. Yeah. You know, so I really want to stress for people to get involved with these orgs early, and I'm setting y'all up for greatness. So it's not like y'all going to have trouble, because when I leave, y'all going to be good. Yeah. So I just want y'all to come on out, get involved. You know what I'm saying? But again, 4 open positions: Vice President, treasurer, secretary, and parliamentarian. Same requirements, 2.5 GPA or higher. You know, we love a good high GPA. And, of course, membership of the national organization. So some of the things that we have in the works right now that I'm hoping to push out maybe next week is another roundtable discussion where I'm thinking we talk about trans rights and things surrounding that and how that kind of plays into the Black community. But we also have a learning opportunity where we can get the experience Pride Week, which is through FSU Spectrum. You know, so I'm thinking NABJ might have an opportunity to learn something by going out and maybe interviewing, you know, some of the people a part of the Pride Week from Spectrum. And so maybe, what do you think about that? Those type of topics that you think that would be good for us? Like, what do you think?
I think it'll be a good conversation to have because you always want to, you know, understand different cultures, different types of people because when we're in journalism, we're presenting information to everybody. So there should be no discrimination involved with that. I think everybody should be on the equal slate when it comes to journalism. So I think it's a good thing to talk about.
Good. I'm glad I'm on the right track because I was nervous. I'm like, oh no,
I know.
Oh no, they might not like me for this one, but it needs to be talked about for sure.
You gotta talk about the tough stuff
for sure. And I do want to, you know, kind of get into having a guest speaker come talk to us. We do have some that could be coming for April. I'm not sure yet, so I'm not gonna drop any names. Just watch our social media to find out. Right. That's all I'm gonna say. But to kind of, you know, get to the end of this and wrap it up because I don't want to tear y'all too long. This is just the introduction. We got good stuff coming.
It's gonna get juicier.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get the conversations we have is gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm definitely ready for that.
Definitely not ready, but y'all need to come on over here. That's all we saying. This episode is to get y'all to come on over here. Be a part of FSU NABJ and learn a little bit more about, you know, being Black in media, being Black as a journalist or just a professional in general, because this is open to, you know, more than just people that want to be a journalist. It's about media professionals. You know what I'm saying? So if you are interested in learning more just about being a professional in media, this is where you need to be, especially at HBCU, because we need representation and we need more people that look like us. Right. So to kind of close out, you know, this episode of our new, you know, revamped podcast.
And one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just any prospective members we have, don't be scared. I know it could be a little nerve-wracking being in front of the camera and doing all this stuff, but I was nervous too. I was contemplating even coming to the first general meeting. But I'm really glad I did. DorMiya and Ms. Hawkins makes you feel very, very comfortable, and they play at your strengths. So don't feel like, you know, I can't do this. I can, you know, you can do something.
Yeah, we gonna find something for you.
They are gonna find something for you. Trust me.
So
don't be nervous. Just come on out. We'll make you feel really comfortable, and you know you'll be good.
And of course, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Faye State NABJ. You know, Faye without the E, FAY. So make sure you follow us there. And to get involved, of course, email Professor Hawkins, but also look into Bronco Advantage, where you can kind of send us a message up there saying, hey, I want to kind of come to the next meeting, or I'm interested in being an officer, or whatever the case may be. But you know, like I said, wrap this up. I do want to stress that we need members, of course, but I do want to stress that this is more about you as students. This is your organization, so whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out, and it goes for really all student media. And that's why we need more, you know, kind of creative students, people that are on the right path like Jamilyn here, to kind of push that narrative, because if we don't put anything into these orgs, we're not going to get anything out, and that's kind of why they die down or die out completely. Yeah. So really, that's really what I want to stress. Get involved, be a part of these orgs, learn something, you know, reach out to us. Don't be scared. Just come talk to us. I ain't gonna bite you. Ulysses, shout out to Ulysses, our student producer today. He might bite you though. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Cause he be in the box sometimes. He be in the box. But
he's a good guy though.
Yeah, he cool for sure. Cool for sure. His name Ulysses, so he gotta be cool. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Bronco TV for allowing us to get this done today. Without them, this would not even be possible, because we have this great educational podcasting lab, and we love collaborations. Yes, because that's what we are, and that's what we do at Student Media. But I do want to thank y'all for tuning in our, you know, intro to revamping our podcast. Shout out to Jamilyn over here for coming.
Shout out to you for organizing everything. You know, she's the real deal, y'all. She's the real deal.
I try to do my best, but be on the lookout, y'all. We're gonna have some more events. We're gonna have more discussions. Be on the lookout for our next roundtable, and I'm trying to plan another kind of media unity kind of day like we did with the mixer, but it's gonna be a little bit larger, maybe even like a cookout. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting hot. It's gonna be hot soon, so trying to at least turn up one time before we get out of here.
Of course.
You know, make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Faystate NABJ, and this will be on our YouTube FSU NABJ. Again, that's where you can find us. But be sure to tune in, and we'll catch y'all in the next episode.
All right, bye.